Okay, so in this semester, we are going to discuss all about financial management. Okay, as you are aware, in your entire syllabus, in entire semester, you need to understand or you need to study the seven different subjects. Okay, out of that seven subject, one of the subject is financial management. So for this semester, I will help you. I will guide you about how to deal with the financial management. Okay. So in today's session, just we try to get the brief idea of about the financial management, the syllabus or a content that we need to learn during the semester, the internal and external evaluation, what should you need to do during the semesters, what are the things you need to do, and a reference book and discussion about the material. And then after, if time permits us, we will go for the first unit. Otherwise, we will go for the question answer session at the end of the all the discussions. So first, let's understand the content or the syllabus of the financial management. Okay, and then we move for the further discussion. But before going for the discussion about the syllabus or the content, first we need to understand the word financial management. Okay, that I will explain in the next few minutes. But first, let me complete the introduction part or a content part. So as we are aware, in each and every subject we have 5 units. So same applicable to us. In a financial management, we have a 5 different units. Okay. The first unit is all about introduction to financial management. As of now, we are not required to write anything in your book. Whenever it is required, I will tell you. Okay. So just listen and try to understand. Unit 1. Total we have 5 units. Okay, how many units? 5. Out of the first unit is introduction to financial management. The first unit is categorized or divided in 2 parts. Actually, it is not in a syllabus written where that part 1 and part 2, but for a understanding purpose, for a better learning, we divide this unit in a 2 parts. The first part is a theoretical part and second part is a practical part. In the first part, the theoretical part, we try to understand the concept of finance, financial management, nature, scope, and the function of financial management. And we also try to understand the objective of financial management. Generally, we have 2 objectives. Number 1 is profit maximization. Number 2 is wealth maximization. So we try to understand both, how we can achieve a profit maximization, how we can achieve the wealth maximizations, what is the difference between wealth and profit maximizations, which one is better for the organization. All the discussions will be there in the part 1 of unit 1. And lastly, we will discuss the role of finance manager in the 21st century. Suppose you have completed BBA and then after you have completed MBA with finance and now you are appointed as a manager specifically for a finance department. What are or which are your roles and responsibilities are there as right now in the 21st century that we will discuss practically or theoretically in this part. So unit 1 part 1 is all about theoretical portion of financial management, in which we try to cover the concept, meaning, nature, scope, function, objectives, and role of financial management. Are we clear about the first part? Good. In the second part, we have a practical aspect. Okay. In the second part, we have practical aspect. In the practical aspect, we have a time value of money. I will explain this time value of money with the help of one video. That is not a particular video, that is a survey that is made by some expert in around 1970 or 1980. We will see that video and we try to understand the value of the money, and then we move for the practical aspect. Okay, compounding, discounting, annuity, these 3 are the methods to calculate the value of the money. Okay, now maybe the question is come to in your mind that, sir, if I have a currency note of 2000 rupees, it is considered as 2000 rupees. This is the value of the currency. Okay, then why we need to decide the value of the money? ऐसा क्वेश्चन हुआ माइंड में कि वैल्यू ऑफ मनी क्या है? If I said this is 100 rupees note, it means it's 100 rupees. If I said this is $1, it means $1. 1 pound means 1 pound. 1 rupees means 1 rupees. But yes, are you getting my point? We are on the same track. Yes. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. But suppose I said that I have 1,000 note for rupees 2 lakh with me right now. Is there any value? I'm talking about the old 1,000 note, okay, that we are having. My dear, yes, in an Indian currency, we don't have any 1,000 note right now. We have that 1,000 note before the note bandi, bending of the 500 and 1,000 notes. The old currency, old note, okay. Don't worry about this technical aspect, okay. Yes, demonetization. So we will discuss that part also, that how the time will affect the value of the money. That we will discuss practically in the second part of unit 1. So unit 1 having two components, theoretical component and practical component. In theoretical component, meaning, nature, objective, scope, functions, and in the practical aspect we have time value of money, and we have techniques like compounding, discounting, and annuity. This is the content or syllabus for the unit 1. Now we are moving for the unit 2, unit 3, and unit 4 and unit 5. But before that, I have one question that I am not sure that whether you are aware or not, but let me ask, how many decisions are there in a financial management? Are you aware? How many decisions are there in a financial management? Okay. Few people said no, sir, we are not aware. Yes, you said dividend, investment. Generally, we have 3 different decisions in a financial management. Okay. The first decision is financing decisions. Number 2 is investment decisions, and number 3 is dividend decision. Generally, we have these decisions. And in a latest trend, in a modern financial management, we have a 4th decision, and that is working capital decision. So we have 4 decisions: finance decision or financing decision, investment decision, dividend decision, and working capital decisions. And now, surprise for all of you. Your second unit is all about only the financing decision. In the second unit, we will discuss about from where we are getting the finance, sources of finance, from where we can get the equity capital, from where we can get a preference capital, from where we can get a debt capital, means a debenture or a bonds. Okay, cost of capital. What is the cost of equity capital? What is the cost of preference capital? What is the cost of debt capital? How many methods are there for calculating the cost of equity capital? Generally, we have 4 methods. How many methods are there for calculating the cost of preference capital? We have 2 methods. For calculating the cost of debt capital, we have again 2 methods. So that we will discuss in the unit 2. In a unit 2, we have 5 components. First component, sources of finance. Totally theoretical portion. Please remember this, okay? Because in the next class we will go for the first unit. Then after we go for the second unit. But at that time I may forget to explain this. Okay, the first component, first point, sources of finance, totally theoretical point. Second, cost of capital, totally practical aspect. Only practical questions are there. Third is weightage average cost of capital. In the second part, cost of capital, we have calculated cost of equity capital, cost of preference capital, cost of debt capital, but I am not interested in a single capital. I am interested in overall cost of my capital, company capital. So it is called as weightage average cost of capital. Again, the practical aspect. Only first point is theoretical aspect. Number 2 and number 3 is practical aspect. And now the next question comes to you. If I have equity shares, if I have a preference shares, if I have a debt capital in a structure of the capital, then at which percentage, at what proportion I need to bring that? कितने परसेंटेज में इक्विटी रखूंगा, कितने परसेंट में प्रेफरेंस रखूंगा, कितने परसेंट में डेप्ट रखूंगा, वो भी मुझे डिसाइड करना है. And that decision is called about capital structure. Here, capital structure means a combination of equity, preference, and debt capital. Okay, few theories are there. These theories are NI, NOI, MM. NI means net income, NOI means net operating income, and MM means Modigliani and Miller. These three different theories are there, which explain the capital structure, and few factors are there. This affect the capital structure. Okay, so we will discuss that part also. And the last part of unit 2 is leverage. Again, the practical aspect, and we need to learn the three types of leverage: operating, financial, and combined. Mixture of operating and finance. Combined means mixture of operating and finance. So in a unit 2, we have total 5 different points. The first point is source of fund, source of finance, capital, theoretical point. Number 2 is cost of capital, practical part, weightage average cost of capital, practical part, capital structure, theoretical part, and leverage, practical part. So 3 components are theoretical, 2 components are practical. Are we clear about the unit 2? Okay, my speed is okay or little bit I need to slow down? Okay. Moving ahead. Okay, as I discussed, how many decisions? 4 decisions. Okay, 4 decisions. First is financing decisions. So number 2 is investment decision. In the investment decisions, we need to learn these 3 things only. Number 1, what do you mean by investment? The types of investment and the nature of investment. कितने टाइप्स के इन्वेस्टमेंट्स होते हैं, उसका नेचर क्या होता है. ओके, ऑल दिस थिंग्स वी नीड टू लर्न थियरिकली, एंड practically we need to understand how we can evaluate the investment decision. Suppose we have offer from 2 different projects, project X and project Y. So in which project is preferable for us as a company to invest in a project X or to invest in a project B? For that, we have some practical or technical techniques or methods which help us to decide this project is better. So for that, we have different methods. Generally, we categorize these methods in 2 parts. Traditional methods, also known as non-discounting methods, cash flow methods, and discounting cash flow methods. In non-discounting cash flow methods, payback period and accounting rate of return. In discounting methods, discounting cash flow methods, we have NPV, internal rate of return, and profitability index. So in the unit 3 points are theoretical: meaning, types, and nature, and practical 5 methods, 5 techniques. Okay. Then up to this, don't worry, I am just highlighting the syllabus to you. Okay, so you will clear, or background is clear in your mind that this is important for a practical aspect, this is important for theoretical aspect. Now the unit number 4, third decision, dividend decision. Okay, in a dividend decision, we will have only theoretical aspect, no practical question from this unit. This entire unit is all about theoretical aspect. types of dividend, dividend distribution practice in India. Okay, Indian companies which practice they are following some principles of dividend decisions or dividend policies, and lastly, the different models that explaining the dividend decisions. Walters, Jordan, and model. These three models are there. Even though in these three models we have practical questions. If you refer the textbook, if you refer the reference book, you will find this practical question. But our syllabus is limited to only theoretical aspect. So don't worry about that practical aspect. So in the unit 4, we need to understand dividend, types of dividend distribution practice in India, different models of dividend distribution, and the principles of dividend policies. Totally a theoretical point. And hello everyone. Sorry for inconvenience due to the network issue. I disconnected from the meeting. I'm back right now. Please confirm whether my voice is coming to you. Okay, thank you, Sahil. Okay, so we are discussing the fourth decision of financial management. Okay, and in the fourth decision of financial management, we have decision about working capital. So, can you tell me what is your understanding about the working capital? Yes, please tell me. Yes, day-to-day expenses. Sahil, somehow it is incomplete statement. What about others' opinion? Yes, very good, Pata. इसका एनरोलमेंट नंबर क्या है देखो 207. तो हम क्या बुलाएंगे स्टूडेंट नंबर 207 हाजिर हो. Okay, Nishit, it's a depend on market condition. No, my dear, it's less concern about the market. Case day-to-day expenses or capital needed for day-to-day expenses both are right. Okay, I'm looking for the other opinion. बाकी सबको नहीं पता है. So here capital means fund or money, and working means a money or a fund required to complete the day-to-day operations, day-to-day business activities. So when I say working capital, it means a capital required for day-to-day operations. Okay, Sahil, the word is money required for day-to-day expenses. Not only the day-to-day expenses, but money required for day-to-day expenses. So in the unit number 5, we will try to understand the concept of, yes, Jenny, you are right also. Okay, current assets minus current liabilities, again it is considered as working capital, but my dear, it is considered as a net working capital. Okay, the difference between current assets and current liabilities are considered as net working capital. That we will discuss later on in the unit number 5. Don't worry. Okay, you are right. So in the unit 5, we will discuss or we will try to understand the working capital, meaning, classification, a requirement of working capital, from where we can get the working capital, means sources of working capital, how we can estimate the requirement of working capital, and operating cycle period, then after the concept of cash management, receivable management, and inventory management. And lastly, we try to understand the new dimensions in the management of working capital in the 21st century or in the modern era. So this is our entire syllabus from unit 1 to unit 5. In unit 5, operating cycle and estimation of working capital requirement and inventory management, these three are the practical aspect. Rest of all the points are theoretical aspect. Okay, so any doubt in any unit? Doubt not in the sense of concept, doubt in the sense of only the content. So let me share this another screen. Okay, now let me discuss the weightage of each unit for your mid exam and for your final examination. Just give me a minute. Where this? Yes. See, this PDF file is visible to you, all of you. Okay. Now please try to understand here. Okay, here if you see here, the sessions are written here. Okay. Generally, we required 40 to 48 to 50 sessions. Okay. So I prefer to give the weightage on the basis of number of sessions. See, let me explain this one. In unit 1, we required 8 sessions. So generally what I do, that I give double weightage for this unit because we have 100 marks. Okay, so out of that 100 marks, 16 marks questions or 16 marks will be from unit number 1. Are we clear about this weightage? 15 to 16 marks out of 100 from the unit 1. Now see the unit 2 and unit 3, you will find 12 sessions. 12 into 2, it means 24. So around 24 to 25 marks will be from unit 2 and unit 3. Here see, we are compositing the 100 marks. So 16 from unit 1, 25 or 24 and 24 from unit 2 and 3. Now see the unit number 4, we have 6 sessions, it means 12 marks, and unit number 5 we have 10 sessions, it means 20 marks. So this is our composition for 100 marks. 16 plus 24 plus 24 plus 12 plus 20. 1 or 2 marks may be plus minus. Here I said 20, but it may happen that in yes, I am coming to that point, Sahil. Okay, that may be that there is a 21 marks or 22 marks. 1 or 2 plus minus is there. So as of now, you will complete it. Okay, that 16 plus 24 plus 24 plus 12 plus 10, so you will get 96 as the side mentioned here. Okay, so 4 marks may be varied. In 24 I may ask for 25 marks, in 12 I may ask for 30 marks, so 1 or 2 marks plus minus will be there. But the composition, the weightage is clear. एक दो मार्क्स से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, बट जो कंपोजिशन में जो आपको देना है वो कंपोजिशन इज क्लियर फॉर द फाइनल एग्जामिनेशन. एवरीवन, फॉर अ फाइनल एग्जामिनेशन द वेटेज इज क्लियर. Done. In a mid one we have first 2 units, 50%, 50%. In the mid one we have first 2 units. In the first unit we have financial management and number 2 financial decisions. Okay, so 50 and 50. And in the mid 2 we have 30 plus 30 plus 30. It means 33, 33 and 33 from unit 1, 2 and 3. The weightage for each exam is clear. You may note down somewhere if you are required. Okay, now moving ahead about the internal assessment and final examinations. As you are aware about the final examinations, so we are not going for that discussion. That we will discuss later on at the end of the semester. Okay, I will explain that which type of questions will be there, how you write the exam answers, how you divide the time for theoretical part and practical part, which types of questions will be there, how many marks of questions are there. That we will discuss later on at the end of the semester and before the final examination. But now if you look at the component, we have 100 marks. These 100 marks are divided in 3 categories. 50% from your final examinations conducted for the 70 marks, but that 70 is converted in the 50%. Are we clear about this condition? 70 मार्क्स का पेपर होगा, उसमें से 50% आपका 50 मार्क्स का प्रोपोर्शन आपके मार्कशीट में ऐड होगा. Number 2 is your internal assessment. Internal assessment of it means your mid examination. Okay, that having a 30% weightage, and the continuous evaluation component CEC, that includes assignments, MCQ test or a quiz, class participation, and your class behavior, and the most important part in our subject, your class book, your notebook for financial management. So assignments, quiz, class behavior and participation, and your class book, class note. And if we required and if we have some time, we go for the presentation. But generally we are not preferring the presentation for our subject because we mainly deal with the practical aspect. So I prefer a class book instead of presentation. And I will give you the guarantee, if your all the things are as per the university norms, your assignments are completed and submitted before the deadline, you have completed the MCQ test, your attendance is good, your class participation is good, I'll give you 100 out of 100. Here 100 out of 100 doesn't mean the 100 marks out of 100 marks. Okay, but suppose we have decided the 20 marks, so I will give you the 20 marks. That is sure from my side. Okay, but your work, your submission must be at that particular level. So we have discussed 3 different things. We have discussed the syllabus, content, okay, we have discussed the weightage, and lastly we have discussed the evaluation pattern. Now for your reference, we generally follow, or I generally follow, this book, Financial Management, written by Prasanna Chandra, latest edition, available in the library. Okay. And second I refer Ravi M. Kishore, which is not written here, but the one of the finance book in a financial management, Ravi M. Kishore. Ravi M. Kishore is the author. The title of book is itself a financial management. Okay, and third book is this one, reference number 2, M.Y. Khan and Packaging, Financial Management, Tax Problems and Cases. So generally, I prefer these three books. One written by Ravi M. Kishore, number 2 written by Prasanna Chandra, and number 3 Khan and Jim. You are not supposed to purchase any books, okay, or you are not supposed to issue any book from library for the study purpose, for the lecture purpose, for the assignment purpose. For your reading purpose, for your understanding purpose, you may do this. I don't have any issue. But don't worry about the material and anything. I will share you everything about the financial management. I will share you some particular videos which help you to understand the concept. I will share all the PPTs, whatever we have discussed in class, the same PPTs will be available in your Google Classroom. Okay, I will share the PDF files in which we have theoretical plus practical component, including the solution. And addition to that, I will share a particular Excel or a Google sheet in which we have practical questions and solutions. And in addition to that, if time permit me, and if your behavior and if I found that you are good students, I will also provide the question bank including 8-mark question, 4-mark question, MCQ and 1-mark question. So, are we clear about the material? ओके, लगता है 3 कोई मटेरियल चाहिए. ओके, शाहिल, जेनी, पार्थराज, निशित एंड ध्रुव. बाकी सबको तो कुछ चाहिए नहीं. They have robots. Okay, good. Now it's called as a good students. Okay, now I required one commitment from your side. Only one commitment. क्या आप दोगे मुझे? And that is very simple. You need to prepare a separate book for financial management. And this book includes the discussion during the session, your tasks that you need to done by at your home. It means homework, your assignment, and practical questions. It means in one book we need to write everything all in one. Okay, so whenever there is a mid exam, there is a final exam or a mid 2 exam or any examinations, you are not supposed to worry or hurry about the material. You have your own material. So from the next class, please be ready with that material, with this book. Okay. Now we have last minute. So if you have anything to share, please share.